Welcome back to my channel, My Fish and I. Today's topic will be on my Tropheus tank. This is inspired for one of my closest friends, Killer Cam. He asked me, he's like, yo, the next episode should be about your Tropheus tank. It's a very unique tank. So here it is. This one's for you, Killer. Well, as you can see, in this tank, I have Tropheus in a fully planted tank. Everybody was telling me before, hey, it can't work. But I have this tank for a while. I'm just gonna showcase it now. So in there is actually my tank that has no algae. Listen, I have dwarf sag, I have Ratellia, I have hornwort, I have bacopa, I have so much plants, man. I don't remember all the plants in there, but as you can see, the only plant that they bother is the hornwort, and hornwort goes crazy, so I don't even care if they eat it. If I'm gonna show you even the end of the video that I have no lid on the tank, which I probably should, because I lost probably like 3 rainbow fish over the year jumping out, but I bred them and had excessive rainbow fish. So what I'm going to tell you how I set this tank up and what I find worked for me. So the first thing how I set the tank up was I use organic soil, and then I cap it off with some crushed coral and some coral sand, and I plant the tank. Before I put any fish in there, I let the tank go up, and it was used to be like my farming tank for all my other planted tank. It's around 100 gallons, and after I had some baby rainbows. I raised them up, I think for 2 years, a year and a half or 2, and they just been in there. They were the first fish that I add in that tank. So after the tank was planted, running for several months a cycle, I put the rainbows babies in there, grew up. Now they're large and in charge. The next fish I add was some bristlenose pleco. They actually have lots of bristlenose pleco lingering in the dwarf sag. They had babies recently, and after I added a breeding pair of bristlenose plecos, I also had excessive of female guppies, and I threw those in. Sure enough, they survived. They even had babies, but the rainbows picked them off easily. So when I put on a closer shot, you're gonna see guppies are in the tank too. And the last fish I added was the Tropheus. They're about in there. I had 6. First I added 6, 1 male and 5 females. Now I think there's like 12 or 13 in there. You can see some babies in there. I just let them do their thing, and I never pull any out or try to save the babies, but they just keep populating. So as you can see, the babies are the ones that actually like the babies. They're the one that's all black with white spots. So when I get a close-up of the video, you can see. Honestly, I never had no problems with the mixture of fish. The Tropheus usually just chase around each other. They'll try to bother the rainbow like for a second or 2, but the rainbows are fast swimmers and they just get out of the way, and they like to swim at the top of the tank, and the Tropheus sing all over the tank, and it's a busy, crazy tank. As you can see, they're always active, beautiful, never had any problems. And I feed everything in the tank vegetables. So vegetables flaked, I feed the tank probably 6 times a week, but I only feed flake food, veggie flake food 3 times a week. On the other days I feed stuff like peas, garlic, carrots, sweet potatoes, cucumbers, spinach and lettuce. and all the fish in there love eating it. I think today I fed some carrots, and if you look, you probably see like 3 or 4 chunks of carrot in there in the tank when I go to close up on the tank. By tomorrow that'll be gone. All the fish in there likes to eat their vegetables. I don't really feed this tank any like protein heavy tablets or nothing like that. I think like one time I fed them bloodworms, but I don't know why. I had excessive bloodworm. I just tried it and they ate it, but I don't make it a habit because Tropheus are notorious to get bloat, and I don't want to have that issue pop up in this tank. It's a very busy, active tank, and they don't bother the plants. When I get in a close-up, and I think in the midway or the end of the video, the tank don't has no lid, as I say, and yeah, right now I get on the close-up. Look at the dwarf sage, not picked. I even picked out some few days ago to sell to somebody. Look at the bacopa, nothing on it. They literally clean the algae off the plants. They're really good algae cleaner. Look at the Retalia and it's thin leaf. There's nothing. They don't eat it. The plants are fine. They're perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. Even have some crips. Yeah, that's the plant I forgot. Crips. They're in there. Don't have any problem. The pH of this tank is probably 8.5. It's 8.5. I have hard water coming up from my tap. I do about 50% water change once a week. There are lots of hiding spot. I sprinkle some salt after each while. Some salt, and I sprinkle some salt, and not even that much, like probably a teaspoon of salt when I do my water change, and add a little bit of tea tree oil. That's it. That's all I do to maintain this tank. It's easy to maintain, and look, the up top footage, as you can see, well stocked plant. The plants are growing, the fishes are happy. There's no fin nipping on none of the fish, and if you look closely right there, you can see a guppy, a female guppy swimming around. So it can be done. You can keep Tropheus in a fully planted tank. Just make sure you have lots of oxygen, water movement, feed only vegetables. Look right now, you see some carrot chunks at the end, and that's the bristlenose plecos caves. I think I have a few in there now because they keep breeding, and it's good cover. Dwarf sage and all the plants are good cover for the Tropheus babies to hide, and they grow up, and the other fish, they actually come out pretty large, so the rainbow don't pick them off. Hope you guys enjoy, and I hope this inspire you to push the boundaries in fish keeping. Thank you. I'm just gonna let it play, and thanks for subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. See you in the next video.